from all across the world. Jamaica, naturally, United States, Canada, Russia, Cayman, Brazil, Denmark, the UK, you name it. This podcast has been getting a lot of tractions around the world, and we are happy for that. My guest today is a musician, a producer, a Daya warrior, right? I don't know where you get that name from, but I'll ask him later as well. Let's let the warrior into the groove. Daya,
Yes,
what's up, man? Welcome to Canute's Exploration, your topic in the podcast. I am Dr. Canute White. Nice to be with you, man. You're in Jamaica.
yes, Dr. Canute. I'm in Jamaica, and so happy to be on your show finally.
Cool,
And
cool.
I'll big up all your guests and all the people that is watching same way, local and overseas. 'Cause I hear a call a lot of countries and a lot of places,
Yeah,
and
man.
yeah, so it's it's really international.
Yeah, it's getting traction, man. We started the 11th of November 2020. So, we are going into our second year. Yeah? And
Yes,
we have been doing well. And persons listening on their favorite podcast platform, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, welcome. And naturally, persons viewing on our YouTube channel, Canute Media. Hey, Daya, I want to ask you first. Who is Daya? Let me find out first from you. Who is Daya really?
well, I I would say Daya is a youth from the Grand Spend community who managed to survive the hardship and the what you call now the oppression of the ghetto
Yeah.
to create a name and create a brand and help even to assist a lot of the artists in this
Yeah.
community because a lot of time they say that if you're placed in a community you're placed there for a reason, a purpose.
Yeah.
So I always try to assist the people of my poor community to, even as an artist, to help them to go to another level because, that's why I took the name the warrior because
Ah.
the warrior is a person that fight, against all the odds
Yeah.
to reach somewhere,
Yeah. Yeah.
and as you know, this is a tough ground, This is
Yeah,
where
man.
Joshy came from right now, come from and doing his thing right now out there, I'm the
Yeah.
first one
Yeah.
who record Joshy right here in this community, in this studio also.
Cool. You
And
know.
I'm the person that even established Predator with
Oh,
Mansi
yeah.
Nuh Good.
Cool.
So as I say, I always try to assist the artists them in this community.
Yeah. I am a Waterhouse man, and them guys from Waterhouse, be the man and them man there. Yeah, that's how they try to help some of those guys come through the inner city into the
Yes,
music and do well for themselves. Great. But I know you wear some other caps, and I'm gonna ask you, right? You're a Grammy awardee, I heard.
yes.
Yeah, talk about that little, and I'll go down the line with some
Well,
more.
I got a Grammy Award for the production of the song called "Where's the Love" with Damian Marley and Eve, on the
Cool.
album called Alpha Tree. I was instrumental in that song. It's a sure it's a nice little story because when
Yeah.
I started to play guitar, I started to fool around like two cards on the guitar, and I tried to play every
Yeah.
little thing with these two cards, and I came up with a little melody, and
Mm.
determined um invited me to go to the Bob Marley Museum to meet the Marleys.
Yeah.
And when I went there and meet Steve Marley for the first time, I brought my guitar and you know, I said, Steve, that I have a little melody here on the guitar. And I think it's an amazing thing. And he said, let me hear it. And I played
Yeah.
for him. Chum, 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 chum. That's the basis of the rhythm. Where's the
Oh,
love? And he
cool.
said, you know what? Daya, go in the studio and make this rhythm right away. That's the first time I meeting Steve, and I just go in the studio and be and the other musician, and we create this rhythm, and I left. And
Yeah.
couple months after, I heard that they did the song "Where's the Love" with Damian Marley and the international rapper singer Eve from America, and it's on the Alpha Tree album, and couple months after that's a Grammy, and you know everything does is like a miracle.
Yeah, cool. I love that. Love that, Daya. But this thing about the what is this? The Juno Award for winning
Yeah,
producer.
that's humble.
Yeah.
That's humble. You know,
Okay.
my brother now, my brother came from Canada and he introduced me to some people called Palmer Gold.
Yeah.
That's Tony from Canada, and he managed an artist called Humble. So they came to Jamaica for me to do an album with Humble, and I did an album with Humble. And I want to tell you that you know that some of the time when you have a mission, because me when I'm doing stuff, I like to know what we're going off. What's the end goal? The
Right.
end goal for that album was to achieve a Juno Award. And in that same time, when we're working on the album, the artist had to fly out of Jamaica because Hurricane Dean was upon us.
Yeah, I
And
remember Dean.
he only missed it by a day. So when Hurricane Dean came, the hurricane basically destroyed the light system. So we didn't have no light to even finish the album. And we had to go and buy a generator. And we buy a generator and like hook it up to the studio. So in my house, only the studio had light. So even in a hurricane, when people cleaning up trees and all those things, I'm in the studio mixing. So sometimes, you know, to reach your end goal, sometimes it's not just a easy let you just go and get it, you know.
Yeah,
so
the
I basically work through all the ads. And at the end of the day, we win the Juno Award for that album. So, you know, out of the struggle, a lot of time come amazing stuff.
Yeah, love it. But the rhythm you were talking about, is this the Gallop Riddim?
No, the Gallop Riddim now is a whole different thing now.
Okay.
Because the Gallop Riddim is one of my first dancehall production. Because, you know, I'm a musician first, you know. And
right.
As you talk about Waterhouse, my band, Caution Band, was signed to King Jammies. And we were signed to King Jammies to play for Bounty Killer officially.
Yeah.
So Caution Band is Bounty Killer official band. So I used to be at King Jammies like on a day-to-day basis, rehearsing with Bounty Killer and other arts, Scare Them Crew and all those things back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, you know, being affiliated with all these artists, you know, because Caution Band is like one of the biggest band out of Jamaica in those days, because we play for Shabba Ranks, Lady Saw, Frisco Kid, Merciless, all the Clash like it, and Sting and all those things. When they say Merciless clashing with Ninja Man and Bounty Killer and all them, that's Caution Band playing.
Oh,
you know?
cool.
So I end up I get to know most of the artists in the industry through Caution Band, Sean Paul, all of them. So when I at one point, one night, having my own studio now, I came up with this rhythm called Gallop. And when I came up with this rhythm Gallop, by the morning, I build the rhythm about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And in the daylight, everybody just started to go crazy about this rhythm. So I started to make contact with all the different people that I know through the backing band and all those things. Sean Paul, even Wycliff John. You understand? Mr. Vegas. So everybody, Spagga Benz, Assassin, you know, Mad Cabra, Bounty Killer, all of the major artists at that time is on that rhythm. So through my affiliation with the artists now, I end up get the support from the music industry. And Gallop became one of the biggest rhythm, even to this day, because it went #1 worldwide, #1 in America, #1 in England, #1 in Canada, #1 in all the Caribbean islands, #1 in Jamaica. So it made a big impact on the world. And not only that, it did 2 things. In those times, they said that dancehall music was dead.
Oh.
And Gallop revived dancehall music. That's one thing.
Cool. Yeah.
And another thing, it's the fastest rhythm that was ever introduced to dancehall, because it was 120 BPM. And at that time, most people was at 98 and 97 and, you know, 95 BPM. So this rhythm was super fast compared to what people was used to in dancehall. So it changed. It changed the culture of dancehall to what we have now.
Yeah.
The fast beat and the excitement, Gallop did that to dancehall. So I'm credited for that. In the industry.
Give me a kind of you know, what it sounds like. What type?
It's a rhythm. It has a unique
Yeah.
thing with the ayat, with the and
Oh,
it also has
okay.
a horse running through the rhythm, like
Yeah.
Cayman's Park. You
Yeah.
hear
Okay. Oh, right.
the horse foot
Yeah. Yeah.
running through the rhythm.
Yeah. I
It
think I
has
remember
it
it.
has some unique signature about it because I'm an animation. I do animation same way, you know. So the
Yeah.
same way I think of music animated. So I have rhythm that is built from a train running on a track. I've rhythm that is built
I
from a
love that.
bees flying. I've a rhythm that I wanted to build all along with Skype. The sounds are from Skype, and I'm still
Yeah.
going to do
Yeah.
it because I love to bring the drama into the music, like not just the regular kick bass hi-hat, but other elements, and
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Yeah. I love that, Daya. This is Canute Exploration, your topic in the podcast. I am Dr. Canute White, talking to the creator of the Gallop Riddim, Daya Warrior. Right?
Yes.
But Daya, you are also going to movies. This thing
Yes.
about blind shots, talk to us, director
Blind
and
Shotta.
creator. Huh?
Well, you know that I never from I know myself as a child, I love like Rambo and Commando and all those big
Yeah.
movies. And that's my first love, like being a director. But it was so far-fetched based on the technology and the amount of money it will take to really do a movie.
Okay,
So
yeah.
when I realized that technology gave us some cameras and some things that we could literally do a movie. I was so excited. So I like,
Yeah.
get my friends together, get everybody together. Let's just do a movie and invite this and I very quickly we put a movie together, The Blind Shotta. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
And the concept of that movie, it came from a little situation in my community
Okay.
because Grantspen is not a regular community. It's sometimes the violence is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
peak. It's no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. And I tell you, it has the world attention because
Yeah.
even USAID and a lot of people come to assist the community to help with
Okay,
crime in
cool.
this
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
And where I live in Lady Huggins, one morning I think they said like in those days they used to hold ends. All
Yeah,
of the
I know what
ends.
you
So
mean.
you
And the
have
car
man
that,
where they
yeah,
look for
yeah, look
people from
out.
different community that want to come in and rob our
Yeah,
community or do bad things to our community. And they
yeah,
different in community. So they say they see like two men coming up on the lane in the morning and man them it's like a big shootout happening. So
yeah,
I'm in my house and I hear a lot of gunshot firing outside, like what's going on?
yeah,
When I check out what's going on, they tell me that they see two suspicious persons coming up on the lane and with gun and this and that and
yeah,
the man them attack and when I take a stock, so me I said, so nobody not get shot. I said,
yeah,
no, nobody not get shot, but me say me hear about 30 shot ring off and nobody, me say I must
yeah,
some blind shot of that. So that's where I get the idea of the blind
yeah.
shutter. You understand? So it's a movie about a man who is the baddest man in the community, but he's blind. You
Okay.
understand? So,
Yeah,
but he run the place and he take care of everything and everybody. So
yeah,
it's just using my creative mind to do. It's like living a dream in your life.
yeah, that's
Because
it.
doing movie for me is like a dream come
Yeah,
true.
cool. But we can still see that movie, right? It's
Yeah,
anywhere.
I put it on YouTube. It's my
Okay,
first
so we
movie,
can see. Yeah,
and I'm proud of it.
yeah,
I've grown a lot from that. I'm
yeah.
working on my second movie right now called Crazy
Cool.
Love, which is going to be
Yeah.
released this year in
Okay.
2022. But
Yeah.
that movie, I just put it out on YouTube so the people can get it because we end up in a protest with that movie because
Yeah.
I wanted Carib to show it. And I've been saying that Carib have 5 different theater and
Yeah.
five
Yeah.
different, room to show movie. And
Yeah.
I'm
I do that.
and I'm
Right.
saying to them why we as Jamaican cannot get even a weekend in Carib.
Yeah.
Because we are the person that go to Carib and support the movie that they show. So why can't
Yeah.
we support our own Jamaican?
Sounds
You
good.
understand? Because they are
Yeah.
saying that our movie don't have enough established actors and all those things. And I'm saying, but all of the movie that we watch, a lot of them we didn't know about the actors until we watch the movie.
Yeah.
Even the movie
You're right.
Rambo and all those movies, is when they do the movie and the movie explode. That's when we know about them.
Yeah.
They didn't just come on the scene, overnight.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I think Carib should really, facilitate our people.
Yeah, so
right?
most of our Jamaican movie don't get any assistance from our theater out here.
Yeah. And that's Palace Amusement, right? Palace
Yes,
Amusement.
Palace Amusement.
Right. That's a company in charge of Carib Theatre. Tell me something though. You are certified animator. What is a
Yes.
certified animator? Who is a certified animator?
Well, as a certified animator, I'm in the first batch of
Yeah.
official animators that is in Jamaica. I went to Carrimack at the University of the West Indies. They had a special program to certify to teach people animation in Jamaica, which was funded by the World Bank and all the government minister. It was a big thing because this is the first official program for animators in Jamaica, and I enrolled in it, and and I end up get my certification as a certified animator. So I can make cartoon like what you see on the TV. I have the skills to do it, but animation is super expensive, even for me who know how to do it, because it takes a lot of time to do it, and it's very like for animation it costs like 2,000 US per minute for animation.
Wow.
And that will take you a month.
Yeah. And we talk about movies being expensive. Yeah?
Yes.
Cartoon, just an episode, being expensive. The animation. Yeah.
Yeah, but even the movie, I got a great help from one of my greatest friend, Alvin Thomas from Zigras Records, because when I met him, and he's one of the person that helped me to bring all my dreams to a reality, because even the camera, he spent like 7,500 US to buy that camera that I used to do the movie.
Cool.
Because a lot of time, I get turned off to deal with the system, like the with Jam Pro and all of them. There's so much paperwork and red tape and politics that by the time you should even get a little help from these people, you lose your momentum.
Yeah.
You lose the excitement that you have, your passion. So it's too much struggle. So I went to my friends them and I talked to them, and Alvin Thomas said, you know what, he know me and he know that I'm a very serious person about what I need, what I want to do. If I tell you that I'm going to make a bridge from here to Half a Tree, he know that I am going to make it. It's not no joke, So it's just to get the assistant some of the time. You understand? Because in this world everything costs money.
Yeah, well, definitely. And and I'm happy. I see you as the type of person who's will be committed to whatever you're doing, and
yes.
Daya, as we talk about being committed, right? Your childhood, we want to know who was this little Daya growing up. Yeah, talk to us about your childhood.
Well, I see myself as a special child, basically comparing myself to even my peers, because Grand Spain as a child, it's a very rough place. I see a lot of people die right in front of my eyes, basically on a daily basis in my community. And, I wasn't a bright spark at the beginning either, because growing with the bad man and the bad influence and all those things, some of the time it take a little time for you to find your own self in that maze of things. So I went to New Day school, where I used to fight like every day. If you look at me toward a war, because that's the type of environment we're in, If your mother trim your ear and your ear too bald, man, I go slap in the head back on them things, and you have to defend yourself and them things. So we grew up rough. You understand? But in all of that, it's like I would say mathematics saved me.
Okay.
Because when I was going to New Day, as I said, I wasn't the brightest student, and I used to sit at the back bench. But when it comes to the maths, it's like they realize that I have a special gift with maths, because everybody in the class get the maths wrong, and everybody looking at the back bench like what Fearon get, because my maths is right. Say that that I have talent, I have something You know, because as I said, I never really know myself at the beginning. You know, we just going through the motion of the childhood and, you know, the influences and all those things. But, you know, so I didn't pass my common entrance.
Yeah.
And I end up go to grade 9, I think, and pass my technical entrance. I went to Kingston Technical. To me, which was Kingston Technical is the best school to me in the world, you know, because that was a school now that transformed me from that ghetto child with that ghetto mentality to see that I can be something great, you know, because at Kingston Technical is not just even about the academics. They teach you like woodwork, and they teach you metal work, and they teach you technical drawing. They teach you the chemistry. You can go in the lab and you mix this and mix that, and you know it's a more hands-on type of school. So not just the academics. So even those things, and I start to see where I can be somebody great. So when I went to Kingston Technical, my first thing was like traveling from Grand Spain, going all the way downtown. I was thinking that if my mother and father are really making this sacrifice and giving me my lunch money and everything and sending me all the way downtown at the school, why should I go down there and waste my time and not come out with all I can come out with? That's what I was reasoning to myself with. And I started to take a different approach to education. Where I didn't want to waste my mother and father money, and I see where I could make them proud, and I see where I have the opportunity right in front of me. So I was a special student at Kingston Technical where I didn't play around with education. In first form, I came like 13 in the first exam, and the final exam I was in the top 10.
Yeah, you're talking about 36 students in each of these classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a farm, but in in a classroom, 36 students.
In a classroom.
But in a farm, it might be about 150, 200 in the third farm block. Yeah.
Yeah, but my grade of like 30 odd. But what happened now is like after first farm, like when I reach a second farm now, that's where I really buckle down on things and really get serious, because I was a student that came first in basically 95% of the subject that's in my class. And I did that for 3 years straight. 3 years. I was first in my class for 3 years, first in most of the subject. So I that just show you how serious I took my schoolwork. Even to the point where I was asking my friend and begging my friends, even at lunchtime, I teach them on the board, and I try to do my homework at school. And I'm telling them that if you don't do what you should do right now at this moment in school, you're going to leave and you have to go to night school, and you have to go to evening class and all those things to get the same subject that we can get right now in this situation. You know, so that's what I said. I develop a type of discipline from in those days where I still carry that discipline right through. You understand? Where, you know, it takes hard work to bring this, whatever success you want. It's not going to just come like that. You know, so I put in the work, and that was a part, that was a big part of creating this person who is ready to take on a lot of different challenges and win.
Yeah. And I guess this is what I'd want to call the inspiration from your childhood. I want to come up that inspiration, because I think that's what it is.
Yes.
So put out the work, put in the work, and you will
get
win.
The result.
You get the result. Inspiration from your childhood. But Dia, this name Dia Warrior, you alluded to it earlier on, you know, in terms of being a warrior, you know.
Yes.
But where did you get it? Who gave you the name? How do you put the name together? What's going on
there? You know that the warrior, it came from my first album. My first, I used to use the name Dia.
Yeah.
Cause my name is Diavallan. But because my name is so complicated, you know, only the people at my school call me Diavallan. People in my community call me Dia because they don't know my real name.
We love the short names in Jamaica, We love the short name in Jamaica, though.
Yeah. So they call me Dia. Yeah. And then my first album was called The Warrior.
Okay.
So my name is Daya, and my first album is called The Warrior.
Yeah.
And then there's a closing line also in Europe called Daya.
Oh.
In France. You understand? So I was
Yeah.
saying I think they contact me at one point, but I was saying
Yeah.
that, you know, I could put the warrior and the Daya and
Yeah.
change it to Daya Warrior. So, you
Yeah, I
know, I'm
know.
not even in any problem with these people. You
Good.
understand? So that was part of the whole thing that put the name together. So they have to push the name together. And
I love the name.
then in my whole outlook on life, I realized that you have to be a warrior to really survive how life is presented to you at a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
humbleness, patience, consistency, all
Yeah.
those things is warrior traits. You know, you
Yeah,
can't just
bud.
be
Yeah.
nonchalant on what you're doing. You know, you have to really think about what you're doing and always be pushing forward. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the name warrior really represented me. So I add it on to my regular name.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. But this thing about visionary music, you have this futuristic context to the music, right?
Yes.
Visionary music. What is visionary music? What are you talking about in terms of the concept?
Well, visionary music is, to me, just like my father, you know, Dennis Jadi Ferran. He's a special person also because he's coming from Studio One, and you know, he did like Love Overdue with Greg Isaac. You know,
Yeah.
Jaja see them a come with culture, and
Yeah.
not an easy road with Buju Banton, Foundation
Yeah.
with Dennis
Well,
Brown. You know, so
yeah.
he's a very integral part of the music. So you find out that my father is all he did so much in the music, and he influenced so me the same way. Is a I can see where he what he has done, and then I project myself what I am going to do, and
Yeah.
in what I am going to do, which is the vision, is the future. 'Cause the
Oh yeah.
visionary
Yeah.
thing is a futuristic thing.
Yeah.
Is because music is like a type of magic. It's a type of mystery.
Yeah.
Where you're playing a keyboard and doing things that don't exist, and as you touch it, it exists. So you know, so
Yeah.
your everything is in front of you. It's not,
Mm.
and you have to keep creating. So even the animation and all those things, I put all of them in the music. So I didn't want to just think of music just like, oh, everybody think of music like just music. Music is an
Yeah.
art form that can be twisted, that can be evolved, that can you can add different tough stuff to it where you can make it different, you can make it new, you can make it futuristic, you know. So I
Yeah.
don't have just a regular outlook on music. That is why every most of the stuff that I do, people say it's futuristic. Even
Yeah.
my music that I do is futuristic because I didn't build myself as an artist just like how a lot of the artists build themselves.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't want to get rich out of music first,
Yeah.
because I know that it's going to change me and change what I can do. So even the music, I suffer with it. And
Yeah.
I am the person that is building myself to represent the reggae music, because most of the people that really have the authentic reggae music have died. Culture
Yeah.
is gone. Dennis
Yeah.
Brown
So
is
the
gone.
film. Yeah.
Bob Marley is gone. No Toots is gone. You understand? So after a while, the people are going to say, who is there?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
am setting up myself, and I have been setting up myself for years to fill that gap where I can go out there and be like a Lucky Dube, be like a Bob Marley, be like all these persons, because I have those type of energy in me as a musician.
Yeah.
Because I know the power of the roots music, not because I'm a dancehall producer also. I have toured the world, and I have go out there like in Africa and in Europe and see how the people react to the roots, to the
Yeah.
real music, where musicians have to play. You're not
Yeah.
cards and melodies and bridge and all those things. So, you know, being that the system out here is weaponizing the music and using it to degrade the mind of the people,
And you're
I
talking Jamaica.
eh?
Jamaica.
Jamaica,
Yeah.
because music is
Understand.
weaponized in Jamaica. It's not something that is
Yeah.
elevating our people.
Yeah.
So there have to come a time when people are going to say, what is there to really elevate us? What is there to help us to go forward in a positive way? What is there that is going to influence my child and influence me in a positive way? Because most of the thing is negative. But I have my children, and when I do music, I think about them. And I want something that is going to help them, not something going to make them pick up a gun or going to make them fight against their own brothers and sisters. So all of those things is things that I take into consideration. So it falls under the same visionary plan. Because I am not an established artist. I'm out there, but I'm not a real, because I don't get the media help, and I don't get the push in the media to really set my career. But at the end of the day, based on my experience, I still know what I'm doing, and I have patience. And I'm building myself, because after a while, we don't live forever. And a lot of the people on the forefront, they'll be gone after a while. So I have to just preserve myself and wait for my time to go out there and show who Diavallan really is.
And then, Daya, I like you talk about, being there and, this sort of a long-lived sort of a thing and the legacy. Because I often wonder what would have caused some artists to be long-lived. You know those artists, you hear them decades, and you have some that come up, do well, and just die.
Gone.
What happened? What caused that, Daya? What do you think?
Well, I think of it like, like as a farmer, you have cash crop and you have like tree planting. The cash crop within 6 weeks or within 6 months, or 3 months, you can reap and go and sell and make money. And that's the way how they treat the dancehall music. You understand? And then you have tree planting, which is like roots music and reggae music. And when you make a good reggae song, it is like a mango tree that, or a guinea tree or a tamarind tree that will be there for ages to feed nations and nations and nations to come. You understand? So it's a different type of investment, because if you're going to be a tree planter, then obviously you're going to know that you have 5 to 7 years to even get one fruit from that tree. So it's not like a 6-week crop. That is why me as a reggae artist, I can wait, because I know that is not going to be an overnight thing to really establish what I am doing. But I could have went and did song like for example, Bushman. His first song was Rinsing Shot in there. That's an ex-Waterhouse situation. And he only did that one song, and he never did an ex-Badman song after that. He just started to do reggae and do roots. But if you realize, if you do songs saying that I'm going to kill my black brother, and I'm going to kill my black sister, and I'm going to get the biggest gun and the newest gun, you are established on the forefront of this business. That means there must be some forces behind the scene pushing that negative narrative and making it be so big, so quick. Because that is not something that's going to leave a positive influence on our society. So I can see where, just like how they said the FBI work and the CIA and all those things behind the scene, there's forces behind the scene that is tearing down our music and tearing down our people. And the evolution of us as people is to realize that life is not just about just what you see. Because there's a lot of things happening that you're not seeing it.
Definitely behind the scene,
behind the scenes. And that's where the problem is, behind the scene.
I agree with you. Those albums that you have, tell us a bit about your albums, the ones that you have produced already, and and those coming.
Well, the album that I've produced already is like from I was going to school, I was producing music. So I am involved in a lot of production, like even Anthony B album, Norrisman album, did work with Yami Bolo, a lot of the major artists them, But I realized, like, working with King Jammies, I had to find my own identity within the music. So I can have a certain control over my rights and even my friends' right. Because a lot of the producers, they will do work with the musician and they write what they want to write for the credits. You understand? And then you find out that, like, for example, I was working with King Jammies as Caution Band. And when we did Spanabana album and working with um with some of the artists. When the album came out, it said Caution Band. So it didn't say Diavallan Fearon on keyboard and this and that. It's a Caution Band.
Yeah.
You understand? So to me, I wasn't credited properly.
Yeah.
So I realized from very early that I have a super talent in the music because I've been touring and working in the music from very early. From in my khaki uniform, I'm going to rehearsal playing for Abyssinian, which they do Sata Masagan and all those things because there's always a shortage of keyboard player. So I realized my talent and I said, you know what? I am going to invest my talent in myself for my family and my generation. So I started to produce. So I produce a lot of albums and a lot of singles and all those things, but it's under builders music. So I can have control. So I can credit myself and credit. Right now, we have a lot of situation because over the years, I've been focusing on the creation of the music. Because, you know, it take a lot to go in the studio and play the song and mix the song and, you know, bring the song to the completion. You understand? It take a lot. So I've been focusing on that. And now I'm changing for 2022. I started to focus on the business.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you about the builders music because I need at least 2 or 3 minutes for you to tell me about that later on.
Yes. So even the builders music is what I put the production that I've done in the music. It's all of them is on the builders music, which is my music label.
All right, tell me about this. It's I think you're seeing it. The LP. What's that?
Baddest EP ever.
EP ever, yeah.
Yes. Well, the baddest EP ever is me creating an EP with some very super songs. You understand? And in those different type of songs and vibration, I was trying to figure out different direction that I could take the music. Because the baddest EP ever, we have Naya Bingi on it, we have type of souls music on it, we have reggae music on it, we have dancehall music on it. You know, because I'm a musician and I'm not stuck to one genre. I love to be creative, you know, and love to be innovative. So the baddest EP ever is like a mixture of different music blends, you know, that I just put out there, you know, to see, you know, where to go to, you know, because you never know.
You never know.
Test the waters, you understand?
Yeah. Cool.
You know that I did also a full rock album, you know, called Jamaican Rock, which is straight rock. And I did it on a different name as Music Addict. Because like
Music Addict,
when I traveled, I was in California doing some work, and in California it's a different type of environment. Like K-Rock, they play a lot of rap music. So I used to be working in the days and listening to rap music, and I said, I really like this, you know. And as a musician, you say, you know what, when I go to Jamaica, I'm going to do a rock album. Because I have my own studio. So, you know, nothing, I always try to have the stuff that I need to do what I want. Because if I don't have a studio, then I have to go and find money and all those things just to go to the studio. But when I invest in a studio, then I can do music because I'm a musician.
Yeah. And that is good. You can use your talent. Harness your talents.
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
But my thing is that you have been touring, right? You said that, and I suspect that you would have been touring, right? The Firehouse Band. What's that?
Caution Band.
Oh, it's the same Caution Band.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so why the difference in name? What?
With what?
Is it the Firehouse Band or is it the Caution Band?
No. When I started to play music first, you know, as I was explaining before, that there's always a shortage of keyboard player.
Yeah.
So because of the level that I was at, Caution Band is my personal band that me, Steve, Ernie, and Titimus, we play for Bounty Kill and Shabarans and all those things. But because we are such high-level musician, we get the opportunity to play in other established band. So, like, for example, Firehouse Crew that play for Sizzler, they would call me and Titimus from Caution Band to come and play in Firehouse Band, and we gone and
Oh,
tour with Sizzler. And then Gallus Band that play for Merciless would call me to play in Gallus Band. Then I gone and tour with Merciless and Vegas. You understand? So
okay. Yeah.
I end up started to play in different band. You understand? Because there's always a shortage of good keyboard
Yeah.
player.
Good. I get you, right? Yeah. Good. Yeah. The good ones. So therefore you are in the band, Daya. Yeah,
Yes,
because of yeah, you're great. And you have worked with some good people. So I mean you
yes.
are one of the best, if not the best.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I see myself as a big part of the foundation, even
Yeah.
within the dancehall music. Because as a child, as a youth, I remember when the dancehall music started. I mean, like because, for example, I'm the
Yeah.
first person that traveled with Bounty Killer. The first time he's traveling is
Yeah.
me and Bounty Killer. Not even the
Yeah.
band, me and him, and Fatman, the engineer, and
Yeah.
Pinchas going
Yeah.
to Cayman Island. The first time he's traveling in his life, the first time I'm traveling, going on a
Yeah.
plane, is me and Buntikill and Pinchers and Fatman, Leroy Thompson from Jammies.
Yeah. The poor
So
people governor.
poor
Yeah.
people governor. You see me I say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. So that the foundation with Bounty Killer, because you know Bounty Killer kind of come after Shabba ranks and all those
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
coming down. So
Yeah, man.
from that time, I'm like a big part of the music industry, like to pave the road, you
Yeah.
know, for dancehall music. Because we do a lot in it. Because as the artists, they establish their tour in the Caution Band. We're on the stage playing for them. You know, even Gully Bop as
Yeah.
Countryman. I didn't know him, but
Yeah.
we were on like Get Us Splash and a lot of those songs, and he came up on stage and performed, and I was the one playing for him, but I didn't know him personally.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. This is
And I
Canute.
hear say Gully Bop manager. I'm not really Gully Bop manager, I'm just
Okay.
I'm a good friend with Gully Bop, and I'm trying to assist him in whatever way I can to get him on the right track.
We're coming to that, Daya.
So a lot of people have associated me with the management role. I don't have
We're
a
coming to
problem
that.
even doing it, but Gully Bop's things is real complicated. And
Yeah, we're coming to
I
that,
have
Daya.
to try to save
Yeah,
myself,
exactly.
you understand, and
Yeah, man. We're coming to
keep
that.
my focus.
Yeah,
Eh?
we're coming to that. We're coming to that, Daya. We are coming to
Yeah.
that. All right. This is Canute Exploration, your topic in the podcast. I am Dr. Canute White, talking to Daya Warrior. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
listening to him is a great man in the music industry, and I want you to focus on this brother from Jamaica, right? Because we hear big things about him. The visionary music, I love the concept, and it's business that we are going to talk about before we finish up. But before you go to the Gully Bop thing and settling the score, I know that you're so many things. As well. You sing, you're a DJ, you're going to the rap music. We touch on
Yeah.
a bit on that, and
Rap.
yeah. So you're all over the music industry, Daya.
Yes.
We love that.
Yes.
Yeah, we love that. And you have worked with a number of artists, right?
Yes.
You mentioned some of them already. You have managed any of these artists? Have you ever managed any?
Well, I used to
Collaboration,
manage Tornado at one point, and I always managing myself. I always need a manager. I still need a manager because
yeah,
some of the time, I could do more by doing less sometimes. You understand?
Yeah, I know what
Because
you
if I
mean.
have
Yeah,
somebody to help
yeah,
deal with certain things, then I could do more.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. That's
But
nice.
sometimes I have to wear a lot of hats
Yeah,
because you know you don't really have the right assistants around you and the people with the right capability. And a
yeah,
lot of times the people even with the right capability, they are not looking your direction because they have people that is already established that is
yeah,
making money that they
yeah,
can really work with. You
yeah,
know, otherwise than taking somebody from scratch and helping them to be that star.
yeah.
It's just the
That's
other day I've been telling my musician friends them that help me to do my music. And I'm telling them that they shouldn't wait until I'm a very big established artist to record even music with me. Because I know I have a mission and I've been working on it for years. You understand? And when I reach where I should reach in the music, then everybody's gonna keep run, come in my direction because I've done it already. You
Yeah.
understand? I'm an established producer.
Yeah.
So I took a time out to really focus on my music career, my artist career. Because being a musician and even a producer, I can rate my own talent. Just like how I meet an artist and he say, you know, I want you to produce me, hear my song and him DJ him song and sing him song. I do the same thing for myself.
Oh
I
yeah,
judge
cool.
myself just the same and say, all right, yeah man, you're a
You
good
look at the
artist,
mirror.
my youth.
You look at the mirror, Daya.
Yes, yes.
Mirror.
Yes, you look at the mirror and say, yo, by you know, say you have little talent. You know, you can reach place. Just like I see them put out an interview with Bob Marley back in the days. They're putting out some stuff on Bob Marley. And they asked Bob Marley a question. And what kind of artist? And Bob Marley is saying that he's an amateur artist. And I said, what? Bob Marley is saying at the embassy that he's an amateur artist and he's the greatest artist of all time. Legend.
Room for improvement, Daya. That's what he says. Oh, we're not good yet.
Yeah.
But that you have collaborated with a lot of artists, right? What about your collab? Talk to us about your collab.
I have a collab with Anthony B. I have a collab with Cutty Ranks. I have a collab with Determine, you know.
Cool.
Louis Culture, you know, Etana.
Yeah,
you know.
Good girl.
And you know that all these music, a lot of people never hear them yet because of the politics in Jamaica and the music system. And you know that I try to stay out of it because some of the time when you're passionate about something, you know, it will drive you to do even things that you don't want to do, you know. So some of the time when you don't have the money to go and buy out everybody and pay everybody to even help you, some of the time better you leave it and use a different route. So it's just now where we're having social media giving us the opportunity to express ourselves, where we can connect directly to our audience, you know, without going through the actual music industry system, the radio and the TV and this. That's why now I see that it's a perfect time now for me to really show my ability and show my talent to the world.
Yeah. But my thing, Daya, you talk about politics in the music. We know, well, let our audience know here and Canute Exploration. We're not talking about party politics. We're talking about this leadership,
music politics,
our struggle in the system, in the industry. Yeah, but Daya, you cannot escape that.
Well, I think you can't escape it, you know, because you know if everybody have everybody best interest at art, we will escape it. But when you have a young artist coming to you and you want a house and land from him, when him just trying to build for himself, then you're basically doing something that don't even make any sense. And that is what is happening. You know, we do a song, and when you check the song and we put it out and we're trying to build it and trying to go out there, the song is not selling no big money to talk about, but everybody want big money from you.
Yeah.
So they don't build the artist first and make the artist even reach a stage where him have money, where you can say, yo, my youth, you know, say, I need to help Billy, and I need to play this, I need to help do that. Do something for me now. The more you do something for them right away, and you don't reach nowhere yet.
So it's sort of a capacity building. I'm going to ask you this before I move into settling the Gully Bop thing. Look, if I am an artist, hypothetically, I'm an artist and I want you to produce my sound, whatever. What do I do? What's the process there? Coming to you.
All you have to do is contact me. You know, diawarrior@hotmail.com, or call me on my phone, 456-3345. 876, the era code, 456-3345, because I'm a competent producer. And I can help you in your production to get your music to the stage where you will want it. Because as a producer, I always try to work with artists too, because a lot of artists have their own vision. You know, some of the time they want the music to sound a certain way. Some of the time they want it to have a certain people playing on it, all those things. And you know, I don't just look on what I want or what I am seeing in the music. You understand? Because everybody is their own artist. You understand? So I end up being the type of person that assists artists. And I think I got that from my father, because my father is a musician that he do a lot of the great artists, them first song, to make them hear themselves, you know, to give them first rhythm, and he keep doing it up to this day. My father doing the same thing up to this day.
Cool.
So he's a part of my whole, we call it, world of getting even work. Because my father do a production with you, for example. He might go send it to him son and say, yo, Daya, you're going to do the mixing, you do the music video, you help him do the marketing. You understand? So me get the client, most of my clients I get from my father. You understand?
You know, I'd like to big up Indish Afraid Rob Jade. She's a new kid on the block. I you know, you will meet her soon, Daya, right? But she her music sounds good to me. I'm not a person with music taste like you guys, but it sounds good to me in the public. But you know, Afraid, Rob Jade, Indish, you know, and just bigging her up. Hey, second is Gully Bop thing for me, Daya.
Yes. So so the whole story about Gully Bop, you know, because my father is the first person that recorded Gully Bop, you know.
Yeah.
So when Gully Bop got established in the recent time here and blowing up the place, I wasn't in Jamaica, but Gully Bop was at my studio, because in my where we live, there's two studios. There's Builder's Music Studio and there's my father's studio, which is Builder's Music Studio also, but it's two different studios. Because my father is into the analog type of stuff, and I am more into the digital type of stuff, the new age stuff. You understand? So when I was in America, Gully Bop was big, and he was working with my son, Zav Skull, and work with my cousin, Shotta Wave, in this studio right here that I'm at right now, doing dub plates and all those things. But I wasn't here. So when I came to Jamaica now, my father introduced me to Gully Bop, because my father did an album with Gully Bop right now. He have like a 15-track album with Gully Bop. And Gully Bop is a type of artist that if you have 1 million rhythm, he just whoop, quick. You understand? He's an amazing artist. So when I met him, and as we started to work now, music, we end up develop a friendship, because I realized that, you know, he's a special artist, and I love talent, and I love great talent, and I see where I can help him. You understand? So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna see what I can do to help him. So I was the one that started to do a lot of the videos, some little video clips, you understand, with him, and he sent it to his manager and he started to put it out. And because he wasn't, he at that time, he wasn't so in the media.
You
know, he didn't have even his cell phone. He told me that his 2 years he don't use cell phone. You know, he wasn't doing, he wasn't very, very active in the music. So I started to, you know, put him out there, and we started to do a lot of recording. Right now, I have over 30 songs recorded with Gully Bop. Over 30. You understand? But as I said, the whole interaction with me and him also put me in a very bad situation, even with my family, because he's a person that always come and see me and always link me and always calling me. And then I realized that there's an issue with him and his manager also. And being that I'm the person that is there trying to help him, there's also an issue with me and the manager also. Because they flagged my YouTube channel, you know, that I have for over 13 years. Builder's music channel that have Magic Nuh Good on it and all those things. The same person that I'm helping, this is the same person destroying me at the same time. So even right this day, I'm working and helping Gully Bop right now, and I'm still facing we call negative backlash. From people and even from his manager, and all I'm doing is trying to help him. So some of the time I don't, you know. So some of the time I try to leave it alone, but it still find me. You understand? Some of the time I try to leave a situation alone. Like you tell him personally, Gully Bop, give me no man, just go do your thing, man, and leave me alone, Virgin, because I don't like the inconsistency. If you're building something great, just build something great and keep it on a great path. Don't build something great and then tomorrow you derail on some little crazy business. You understand? So I notice some of the time things kind of go off, and I don't like it, because I'm a positive person. I'm on a positive path with my career and what I'm doing. But it impact me in a negative way a lot of time. You understand? And it's still going on. Even right now, I'm a producer and I'm a competent producer. And my first 3 songs that I produced with Gully Bop, his manager choose to release them. And she's not a producer. And Gully back to say, just leave it alone, Diane, and watch what is happening.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm here just watching. I know I don't release one song with Gully Bop and I have over 30 odd. You understand? Just to show you how complex the situation is. Because a lot of time the people, they just think that they should control everything.
Yeah.
When they shouldn't be controlling everything. A manager is not a producer. A manager is a manager.
Definitely.
The producer should do his work. The publicist should do his work. Everybody should do his work. But everybody choose to manipulate Gully Bop for their own interest.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's a very complicated situation. But all I can say, I'm just trying to help and assist him, even though some of the time, you know, it don't work out for me in a good way. You know, because for me to be putting out videos with Gully Bop and he putting out video with himself, and then you're going to come back and try to tear down my thing that I'm doing. I think it is very unfair because I'm the one creating the content.
Yeah.
You understand? But as I said, it's just the life. Some of the time you try to help your black brother and your black brother help you down too.
Yeah. And you know, I heard you say that Gully Bop is a good musician. Yes, he is. You know, I really love the way he deals with the music. He's a go-getter, and you know, I thought about it first. I love it. I know, and I've been talking to him again on Canute Exploration, your topic in the podcast. You know, just to talk to him about the music. But I hear you, Daya, and you seem like somebody who is willing to help. You know, to keep the music. I just said warrior. For individuals who have the talent, bringing them into the future. And I want to suggest to you that you continue to do this because you talk about legacy. Yeah, these persons are the legacy that you will leave behind. Yeah?
Yes.
So keep doing it. Don't let it get you down. You know, and you know good talent. So just keep running good talent. But the Builders Music Productions, we want to talk about that a little.
Yes.
Your business.
So, as I said, Builders Music is my company that I use to establish my brand of production and music.
This YouTube, this other thing, I guess that's what we had before. The Builders Music Jamaica.
Yes.
In terms of getting there to you. Any other contact, Diane?
Well, I'm building my new YouTube channel, which is Dia Warrior Music. You know, you have to have over 1,000 subscribers and all those things to really get the right name where you can type it in and find it. But you can look at you can search Dia Warrior Music and you find my music and you will see my channel. And I ask the people to subscribe and support me on my journey within the music, you know, because I've supported a lot of the people them same way, you know, from day one, you know, throughout the politics and everything, you know.
Yeah. Daya, you're a good man, you know, a good musician, a good producer. I am seeing that. And you have a vision, you know, visionary music. I keep loving the concept, right? So you have a vision and you know, in terms of the future, you know, people will see more rhythm. Oh, you have more rhythm that you're thinking about. You say you have a lot, but
no, I have a stack of rhythm, you know. Right now I'm waiting on Joshy to come right now to send off one of them a roll. You understand? To forward. You know, because you know, here's where I'm recording first music. I know he's an established artist, but you know, I understand some of the time when you're in the limelight, you're super busy, you know, but I still think you need to come back and touch base, you know, at the foundation. And you know, because he still needs some reality songs, because some of the songs that he do is not the type of song that I promote. You know, because I don't really promote gun song and killing and all those type of things. But as an artist, it's part of the reality that we live, and I can understand it. But I want to enhance the positive side. So I want to do the cultural nice song. I want to help do the girl song, spreading love and all those things. You know, so
for real.
Really need him to come and visit the studio so we can do some work within this time that is on a different type of narrative. You understand?
All right, Daya. All right. It's nice talking to you, Daya. And you know, I hope that we'll talk again another time. Right? Yes. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Dr. Canute, and thank you for putting me out on your platform and pushing that positive energy out there with the people, you know?
You're welcome, Daya. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Thank you. Respect. Honor.